Okay, so just a one sentence summary of what I did, because I understand that Scott hasn't seen the videos. I wrote a so-called MCP plugin for Ant Media Server. So what MCP is, it's called the Model Context Protocol, which is the USB-C interface for AI. It's a standard protocol that is spoken by hundreds of AI-ready systems, and I was thinking about what to make for this hackathon, I realized that by writing an MCP plugin to the Ant Media server itself, I can demonstrate a brand new way of working with Ant Media server, because I'm literally turning the server into a persona. You can chat with it like as if it was your colleague, and the next couple of minutes I'm going to demonstrate this. So on my laptop, I have Ant Media server running, and I'm starting up AMP, which is a very well-known AI coding agent. And AMP has connected to the MCP server that's installed into Ant Media server, and I also have the favorite Big Bang Bunny video running in the background. So let's see what this MCP plugin makes Ant Media server capable of. Just for fun, I gave Ant Media server a name, so I'm going to call it Anthony. Anthony intro. Introduce yourself. So I hope what's going to happen is that using the Ant Media server skill and even the CPU info, the server is responding that I am the first AI-ready media server of the world, and more concretely, the system load is 7%. So I'm ready to take on more load, bring on those streams. What's being broadcast right now? This again calls the MCP endpoint for listing broadcasts. Okay, very nice. Sometimes it's a table, sometimes it's just pure text. So you can see that my stream is being broadcast. It gave me a very nice summary of what's happening inside the server. Okay, so let's start recording my stream. And of course, there are other AI products like ChatGPT, where you can use a voice to control the server, but for simplicity and because I have a license for AMP, I'm using the usual typing. Okay, so recording started. Very good. And of course, we can see this in the logs as well. So I'm now saying stop recording. So this is basically the essence, that you have a chat interface to your server, and it can look into your logs as well. So you can ask a question like, do you see any errors in the logs from the last 5 minutes? And then it is going to look into Ant Media server logs themselves, and this is where a lot of power comes in, because it can interpret the logs and come up with answers to more complicated questions. So some of the power that's behind this technique is so-called the agentic skills. Let me show you this skill MD file that is just a sample that I wrote for demonstration purposes. So this is where you can teach AI certain things about the way you want to interact with the server itself. For example, if I ask a server about dropped frames, then I can teach it that actually a dropped frame looks like this in the logs. Or I can teach it that stream performance is logged like this, and the speed metric is something that it should be looking at. So if I ask the question, how is my stream? Is it healthy? Then it is going to use the knowledge from this kit and look into the logs and then uh, uh, figure out the things. But okay, that's very good. You can see that we got a very nice summary. So I think I'm getting close to the end of my presentation time, but I hope you get the idea that this is a brand new way to interact with the server. It is very helpful, very smart, and I really believe that this is a feature that could be part of the core Ant Media server product itself without the plugin, because it would allow to connect to all the AI tools that are out there. I just wanted to show that before this demo, I was doing this with ChatGPT as well, because it really works across these products. Okay, I'm stopping sharing. I hope it wasn't longer than it should have been. Do you have any questions that I can answer? Yeah.
So what did you use to train these models? What kind of technologies did you use?
Uh, so I have implemented the MCP server itself as a Java plugin. There is no model involved. The model is provided by the AI agent, which is external to Ant Media server. So if I'm using ChatGPT, for example, then it uses whichever model I picked from OpenAI. AMP specifically is juggling between between different models based on the complexity of your questions,
Mhm.
and you cannot force a particular model, but it can be Sonnet,
Mm.
Gemini, and whatever.
Okay, I got it. So correct me if I'm wrong. So this MCP is responsible for handling the communication between the different kind of models. So you have implemented a standardized way so that anyone can communicate with any kind of AI models that can be used to interact with Ant Media.
Um,
Am I right?
so think about MCP protocol as the AI-friendly equivalent to a REST API.
Hmm.
That,
Okay.
that's how it's. So the MCP protocol defines the transport layer and the way the server can expose its tools, resources, prompts, and there are different things in the specification itself. And that is what I have implemented. So NVIDIA server now not just have a REST interface, but an MCP interface as well, which is very naturally connectable to
I
cloud
see.
or
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Balazs, for your demonstration.